my fellow comic book collectors. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Everyone's complaining about my microphone. It's like so annoying. I'm just like, I'm soft spoken. I'm quiet. I'm a nice guy. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Happy Friday the 13th. We actually have 13 people watching at this moment.
Woohoo!
Buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. So, now it's 12. Scared something away.
You scared them off.
But, yeah. So, happy Friday the 13th. Hello, Lyle. Hello, Hagen.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Matt. Hello, Stephen. And hello, Nate. See, I got all the hellos out of the way. And hello to the people watching, all 12 of you. Bella,
please, the assembled masses. The assembled masses. Thank you.
Kay Munin. Susie.
Sue.
JSS.
Hey, JSS.
JSS.
And wait. Side Quest Comics.
Side Quest.
Eric.
Mark.
And I think that's everyone. Did I get
Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas O'Donnell it is. I want you to know, if you will notice that my visage, my presence here is in high resolution, despite the cheap definition of the free StreamYard by my factor, my mentor. But I am projecting. Hello, Silver Spidey. I am projecting with great. Hello, Splash. Hello, Monty. I'm projecting my aura, my oeuvre onto all of you, and I want you to know that it will wash off.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm gonna need a shower.
So what was I gonna say?
A lie.
Have you guys been watching Son of Crom?
Yes.
Yes.
So I think Lettuce, you won, didn't you?
I won vote.
Did I?
Who won? I think Matt, you and I won. Bell Lazard, who's also here, he won as well.
Yeah, as did Nate.
It was Nate that won.
One what?
One vote.
Oh, so there's like a contest going on right now on Son of Crom's channel. I think he's trying to make, get some interest going on.
He's done some brackets.
He has different brackets where he's competing, which channel do you like better, this channel or this channel? And I don't really get his whole seed thing. Like,
he seeded us based on the ratio of our subs versus videos up.
Yeah.
For example, for me, I ended up a 5th seed because mine was 2.06. The ratio, I have 2.06 subs for every video I put up at the time he did the math. That's
why mine's really low.
Yeah, and Lettuce is a 1st seed.
So Lettuce, you're actually better than me.
I don't know that I would say that. For whatever reason, one day or 2 days that I remember, the YouTube algorithm decided to subject a bunch of people to my presence, and I lucked out as far as that goes. But yeah, I'm so far behind on. I have a playlist where I go back and add people's videos to it, and I'm so far behind on that I haven't seen any of those. So that's cool, and I feel like a jerk now.
Well, I can tell you in the second round, all of us are very close, but I think Nate is the only one that's in the lead, and I think I was close, but now I'm up against Beckerman and the Comic Viking, and so I watched.
So guys, go over and vote for Matt. Go over and vote for me. Go over and vote for Nate. Okay, we have to win. We have to represent.
Lettuce, unfortunately, is up against Mon Comics this round.
And Belazar is up against West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, I'm deferring to Brandon on that one.
Actually, I voted for you, Belazar, just so you know.
I did as well.
So did I. I voted for you again in the second round, too.
Okay, so I'll probably vote for him, too.
Where do you go to vote?
Dave, so.
I can't choose between my children. I can't vote for anybody.
Thanks.
You have to just go to his YouTube page and click the community tab. He has them up as polls.
Okay.
And it's like who to vote for, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so we gotta rig it a bit.
I was the only
Welcome to Canada. So you're going to get your mail going again, gentlemen. On
yeah,
Monday
we're gonna
it
have
starts.
mail again.
Is
Oh.
it Monday, Matt? Matt, is it Monday?
It is
Coming as
Monday.
well?
By the way,
Hallelujah.
Drift, this is a Legion flight ring. I saw you asked if it was a Green Lantern ring. It's a Legion flight ring.
You're upside down. Are you just? Is it a sign of distress? There you go.
Yeah, but when you're in the air, there's no, space has no
Oh.
dimensions. It's all
I didn't
up.
bring my ring. It's over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, so
Very nice. Stephen.
I hope everyone brought some Silver Age books.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
did.
Nope.
I know that everyone brought Silver Age except for Steven.
I told you what I was going to do. I
He's
told
gonna
you
bring-
last
he
week
brought
what I was
Good
going to
Girl
do.
Modern.
If I may, I would like to make a quick announcement.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're 3 away.
I am 3 away from my goal. If I get past my goal during this broadcast tonight, I will add another prize.
Okay, so
to
guys,
the
we
prize.
just need 3 people to go over and
Go
sub
do it.
Matt Likes Comics.
Another
Then we'll
box
get
of
to his
lint.
So if
No,
I
I-
unsubscribe and I subscribe again, will you get extra points?
No, it doesn't work that way.
You as ascribe or subscribe? I
That's
ascribe myself.
Yeah, I
ascribe.
was trying to not cough, so I kind of came out odd.
I see. I see.
Hmm.
JX says
Thanks,
he'll get me
Stephen.
50 subs for a Smurf.
Oh no questions.
I am
asked.
not giving away a Smurf now, but I can't
Oh.
promise that there won't be a
Oh
Smurf.
my
We've
God.
got to we've got to chip in and get him a sexy Smurfette to be up there with the boys because I'm getting tired of this. Everybody, they're all alone up there, sitting there staring at the ceiling. What kind of a country you running there up there, Matt? The Smurfs,
Hey,
but they're
Munich?
Don't
Belgian.
answer that.
They're Belgian anyway. It doesn't probably matter, and they don't speak the hula nika or whatever it is which you were having so much fun with the dialect of French Canadian that they speak. Oh, he is speaking the Montmartre. Oh, it is so funny because they do not speak that way.
The Smurfs started in French, Belgian French.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That was
They
the
were
French
not
that I
Dutch.
learned as a kid. Actually,
They were in a puddle jumper number 1005 or what was it? Bureau or Pierrot?
Yeah.
They
That's
still-
it.
She wore a dress that was just like a one-piece dress.
Yeah, but nothing underneath it.
It was a Lisa
Nothing
Simpson
underneath it.
dress.
Yeah, it's like a
Well,
Lisa
no,
Simpson
no
dress,
offense, but I don't think she needed a bra.
yeah. No.
I don't like where this
Wow,
Mhm.
those poor Smurfs.
Anyway,
that was
Alan,
the
who's
only
up
that was
first?
the only port in the storm,
Okay, so
wasn't
we're
it?
gonna
I
go
do have a
around the
tiny
horn.
one. I
So
do have a
Silver Age
tiny
books.
Smurf this big in a wedding dress.
Okay, we're gonna show some Silver Age books and not talk about Smurf boobs. Okay.
Alan, you've got to get your priorities straight.
Okay.
Oh, moi.
Yeah, you're first.
I didn't know I was going first.
Yep, that's how it works.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks a lot. So anyway, I was speaking with the boys earlier, and I went to a secondhand shop that's quite a ways away from my hometown there earlier last week, and the seller had this rough copy of X-Men number 7. I would say it was probably a 0.5 or maybe a 1. Like I said, it's very rough. And I got
Does
this.
it have all its pages?
Well, it's all its pages, but it's like it has a crease on the cover here, and the spine is really in bad shape, but it's
It's
complete.
probably a 1 at least.
Well, I got it for $3.
That is
so cheap.
that is
That's
ridiculous.
Insanely cheap.
$3. All right, I'm just
Now,
going to
did
show
the
a
guy
few. I don't know how
what it
many.
was, or did he just like,
Yeah, he did. He did know what it was. He says it was such bad shape that he didn't think he could get more than $4 or $5 for it. So I said, like
wow,
$3, I'll buy it off you.
very nice.
So this one is Strange Adventures number 166 from
nice.
1964.
That is really cool.
Oh wow.
And then we have
What's that
Strange
pink
Adventures.
creature, by the way.
That is, who knows? It says for sale, Super Space Pets. I'm like, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the next one is a Strange Adventures number 159 from 1963.
dinosaur.
I love it.
Yeah, I know. I like
That's
it
the
too.
old style dinosaurs where they drag their tails.
And I got Strange Tales number 90
Oh, nice. I was
from
actually going to show that
1941.
book tonight.
Yeah.
Look, guys, it's got the double consonant.
Yeah.
The eyes have it.
Orgo.
And Stephen, this one here, when I mentioned in the last time we were all together, when I got it out of my wife's uncle's van, this was another one that was in that bag.
Wow, really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then I bought this one here not long ago at a secondhand shop. It's from 1969. It's number 1. Heroes Inc. presents.
Oh,
You
I
have
think
that
there
one?
must have been a warehouse find of that because that book you can find
Yeah.
pretty easily, strangely.
Yeah, well,
By the
I
way,
paid $6
Lyle, can
for
you
it.
angle your camera a little bit down? I know it sounds weird, but it feels like we're looking into the ceiling.
Was that better?
A bit better. Not much, but
He's ashamed of the clutter.
We want to see your torso.
yeah.
I'm not standing up.
That's all right.
And this was
Neither
from
are we.
number 135 from 1967.
Oh, nice.
Another dinosaur. Nice.
What's with all the dinosaurs?
Lyle, you
Oh,
got me
Star
hunting.
Spangled War Stories was dinosaurs for a long time.
Yeah.
Quite a few issues.
Did they
Nate
have a
might
lot
like
of
this one.
dinosaurs at war? Was that the way it was? Or?
Well, wasn't there a feature
Why is
called The
there dinosaurs
Land
in a
Before
workbook?
Time or something?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why.
Fantasy Masterpiece number 8 from 1967. Sorry, with the glare.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sea Devils number 3.
Oh, nice. I have that as well.
Alan.
He can't help himself. Number 4 from the Sea Devils,
Very cool.
1962.
There's something fishy about that cover.
Something fishy about it.
Matt. Come on.
Number 5.
I have never read one of these books, but they just have great covers.
Sea Devils is a fun. Sea Devils is cool with the Hydra.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Behind the big shell.
Seahorse Hydra.
This was when back in the day when a diving team
Number 8.
of various people could actually work. And Russ Heath did these, and a lot of them are great team covers.
That's right.
The art is excellent.
This was the last issue, number 35 from 1967.
That's a sea beast.
Very cool.
I like that.
Boy, that monster's got a 6-pack.
He's doing crunches.
All right. So this is not a Silver Age, but last week we talked about Nightcat, and I wanted to show this. This is the first appearance of Nightcat in Marvel Age number 98 from March 1991.
It's very cool. I'm very jealous. I love it.
And this is what the inside looks like.
Very good.
Nice.
So now that's why that book is so expensive, because it's the first appearance of Nightcat.
Absolutely. Has nothing to do with that Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, the Toxic Avenger right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
funny. I mean,
wouldn't Henry Pym been the Toxic Avenger around the time he decided to become a wife beater?
Oof.
Oof. I don't know. How many rounds are we doing, Alan?
I think we can do 2 rounds. We'll do 2 rounds.
Okay, then somebody else can go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hagen, are you ready?
Yeah, I was just using this time to grab some extra stuff, but I can go, especially if we're doing 2 rounds.
Yep.
Now I'm not really a slab collector, but I do have 4 slabs in front of me and like 10 raw books. I'll do one or the other this round, and then the other the next round. Which one do we want to see?
Well,
the one you want to show first.
Let's do the raw books first because I like raw books. I'll get the obvious things out of the way first. I'm a bit of a one-track mind collector, so a lot of my Silver Age books are
Daredevil
America related. Well, actually, I'll start with that one. So this is Daredevil. Number
nice
37.
book.
That's a great book.
No, I love that.
I love this book. I picked this up from Heroes Con this past year when I got another book that I'm going to be showing off. But it was replacing the same book that I had in my collection. It was the oldest book I think that I had as a kid. And there's one page in here. It's in a Mylar, so I don't want to take it out right now. But there's this one splash page of Galactus in here that's just stunning. And it stuck with me for a while. And
Gene Colan, is it Gene Colan art?
I'm not sure. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's a Daredevil book. And now I'll get through some of the more obvious stuff, but I'll start with this. Lyle, since you showed a Fantasy Masterpieces, this is Fantasy Masterpieces number 5.
Nice.
And this book was actually sent to me by Brandon at Mon Comics. He did an AOK and sent me some awesome stuff. And this was one of the things. It's got Cap obviously on the front, but there's also a dragon on the cover and Cap and Bucky, kicking Nazi ass, which is always good to see.
I think that's Captain America number 3.
I'll defer to your judgment on that. But yeah, I love books like that reprint older stories. Marvel Tales is another one of those where you can find, or Marvel Super Action, I think is the one that I'm thinking of, where you can find older books for like pennies, depending on where you look. It's the same story. It's kind of the same art, but yeah, cool stuff. Then dipping into some Tales of Suspense. This is
number 58.
Yeah, this is the oldest Tales of Suspense that I have. This is the first appearance of Cap in Tales of Suspense. And then the next issue, number 59, is where it becomes Tales of Suspense featuring Captain America and Iron Man. But I had to own the first issue where they sort of square off, I guess.
It's almost like they had to fight over who gets top billing.
Yeah, well, I mean, superheroes fight each other, it seems like, more often on covers than they fight like supervillains.
In Marvel.
Yeah.
In Marvel.
Well, that's the wheelhouse that I'm in. I'm a small uncultured boy. But I showed that to a friend of mine, and I told him, I was like, this is the first time that this is like the first or second time that they ever met up, because they first met up in a different book. But he was like, wow, so it was really like a fight on site kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, it kind of tends to be that way.
It was Strange Tales, but it was Captain America, and that was the very first Captain America in the Silver Age per se, but it was the chameleon or the acrobat who was dressed up as Captain America, and the response on Strange Tales was enormous. So they basically, Captain America is one of the best ones they had, Torch and Namor. Those are the big 3. And so, but when they saw that the acrobat as Cap, they said, oh, we want him. And then shortly thereafter, then they had the Tales of Suspense 58 and 59. He's crashing out of the cover with Iron Man holding it open for him. Here he is. So
yeah, I'm given to understand that they did that the sort of fake out with the acrobat as like a sort of testing the waters.
Exactly.
To see if people were interested in Steve coming back, and turns out they were. Another example of a fight on site book is this. This is Tales of Suspense 98 with a good old subscriber crease right down the front of it, but I don't care. This thing is so cool. I love this cover. I love the artwork on it. The story inside is fine, but the cover is good stuff.
Is that the one where he fights? Is that the one where he fights him? No, it must be something else. I think that's in when these first came out. he fights them to see if they're worthy to talk to him or something like that the first time they meet up.
Fantastic Four 52.
Yeah. So in this one, Black Panther fights Cap as a test to see like it only happens for like a page, maybe a page and a half. But he fights Captain America to see if he's an imposter, because only the real Captain America could go toe to toe with Black Panther. So they say. So next up is an Avengers book. This is Avengers number 35.
Very cool.
I'll use this as my opportunity to talk about this. I don't know where the line of demarcation is for the Silver Age. I tend to go based on more than like years or anything like that. I go based on what the trade dress looks like. And to me, like, this is the Avengers Silver Age trade dress.
I usually go by
used by 12 cents is what it'll tell you when it gets up into the Bronze Age. 12 cents is Silver Age, 15 cents is Bronze.
Okay.
No, actually, 15 cents is late silver.
Late silver, yeah.
Yeah,
so
because
there's in '69 they had 15 centers. So I always use 1970.
These poor foolish people.
1970 is the cutoff for me.
And they say nerds like to parse everything out. What is a comic book
stream for, if not for fighting about things that don't matter? But yeah, so a 12-cent Avengers, and then one of my more recent pickups is this, copy of Avengers number 55, the first appearance of Ultron, still a 12 cent, and then I think this is the second oldest book that I had as a kid. It could be the oldest. It's tied, or it's right there with Daredevil. I just don't know which one came out first. But this is Avengers number 56. I bought this for $6 when I was 7 years old. So $6 in kid money was like so much money. But yeah, it's got spine roll like crazy. I don't think the cover's attached. It might be barely hanging on, but I read the crap out of this because this was a retelling of the story of the death of Bucky. And I was very, very proud to have it because it was from the 60s.
Woo!
So moving on to the three books that I have that are not the three raw books that I have that are not Cap related. The first one is this. This is Del Combat number 36, and it reprints. It's basically like it's an entire reprinting of Del Combat number 1, which is a 10 center. But I found this in a flea market when I was out comic book shopping with Jacob from Bone Claws Comics, and I think this had a $7 price tag on it. And like with the painted cover and the action on the front. This was an easy buy for me. I just
Hi Blake,
really like stuff like that. Hey Blake. Okay. Next up is I am a huge nerd, not just for comic book things, but also like for a lot of different kinds of sports. I love football, I love baseball, and I love racing. One book that I was really, really happy to get was this. This is Grand Prix number 16, and it has one of the original Honda F1 cars on it. That's the one with the Japanese flag on it. But this one down here is called the Eagle T1G. It was built by a guy named Dan Gurney, and it's the only American-built and driven race car to ever win a Formula One Grand Prix. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous car. If you are into cars at all, if there are any F1 fans out there and you don't know about this car, go Google Eagle T1G. The exhaust on that thing is just like a piece of art. It's so pretty. And the front of it, I'll stop ranting about this in just a second, but the front of it is it's got like this point here. And it was done not for like any aerodynamic reasons, but because Americans are dramatic, and this sort of imitates an eagle's beak. It just looks, oh gosh, it looks so cool. I want to see that in person. Bell Izard, just asked,
Bell
who's your
Izard.
favorite race car driver any era? So as a kid, it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. Now I would probably say,
Keston.
hey, Keston. Now I would have to say probably Jim Clark or Mika Hakkinen. Those guys are super, super awesome.
Hagen, that little speech you just gave on the history of that car, I think you just did your first lemon tree, my friend.
I might have.
Wow, he's graduated to lemon tree.
Congratulations!
It was wonderful.
We all get one. Thank you.
Lemon Tree Award.
Last up for this round is, I think, the oldest book that I have now, and it's this. This is Fighting Air Force.
Oh wow!
I think it's number 16.
Nothing is as intimidating as a pink airplane.
Well, it's red. It's very red. My camera is not all that great, but yeah. So this is it's Fighting Air Force. I think number 16 or 18. And I found this when I was up in Nashville at a comic book shop, and it was in like their new arrivals bins. I want to say this was like $8.
Wow.
And $8 for a 10-cent. With an awesome plane on the cover. Yeah, I'll do that every single time. I haven't actually.
It must be like late 50s, I think.
Probably 60, 61.
I know that it's old enough to where, or that it's, I guess, unknown enough to where I use League of Comic Geeks to track my collection, because if I didn't, it would swallow me whole. And I actually had to be the one to add that to the registry. Like I tried to put it in, and it didn't exist. So I got a picture of the cover, and I filled in all the info and submitted it to them, so that I could not have a gap in my inventory. But yeah, that's the oldest book that I have.
Very cool.
That's really cool, man.
Okay.
Hagen, if you like World War II aircraft, in the Golden Age, in the Golden Age, August Schomburg did an enormous number of aircraft covers. If you go on eBay and you put in aircraft covers and go into the Golden Age section and then go least expensive first, they're not terribly expensive. And August Schomburg's work is very, very technical. I mean, it's very, very exacting. Where Alex, his brother, would do things a little bit differently. He would put just enough little bit of cartoony touch to it. Still very scale and very, very lovely, but just enough of a cartoony thing to it's just special what Alex could do. But August has a lot of those that you will find that there are some wings. I mean, I can't remember, not wings, but there are any number of very inexpensive aircraft covers.
The one that I was just looking at was Flying Aces. I just did a quick Google search, and I have a couple Flying Aces that are on my want list.
Do you like biplanes, World War I, World War II, or all planes?
I like all planes. When I was a little kid in second grade, I did one of my projects on the German Trifokker plane from World War I.
DR-1.
You just did that
with the Oberrussel engine.
Trifokker is fun to say.
It is.
And you guys, you heard the story. You heard the story
Mother
about
Trifokker.
No. The story was that there was a ladies' club, and they had a World War II pilot, Ole Svensson, and Ole Svensson says, and when I was flying in the plane, and then I went up underneath that Fokker and I shot him down. And then I went over to that other Fokker and shot him down too. And then the women are all, and then the moderator gal says, ladies, please understand that our fine Swedish pilot is talking about these planes were Fokkers. The airplanes are Fokkers. He says, no, those Fokkers were Messerschmitts.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. All right. I'm going to show my only Marvel book, and it's a good one. Amazing Spider-Man 59.
Nice.
Ooh, that is
I can't find my copy of that. I've been looking for it.
Well, I used to have a significant amount of Amazing Spider-Man, and I hunted down a lot of silver ones. This one I just never could let go of yet. But first Mary Jane cover, I love
like
the
that
colors.
she's go-go dancing on it.
I do
that's
too.
awesome.
Like it's just, and she's in yellow, and this is a good looking book. So this one I never did end up selling. Next ones, these are weird. I got these in an AOK from Dope Comics, and they're just amazing. I had never heard of this one. So this is Naza Stone Age Warrior from Dell.
Yeah.
And I saw a bunch of these come up on a Whatnot auction the other day. Again, never heard of it. I giggle every time I look at it. Giant cavemen, tiny cavemen. So he gave me this. I thought this was really cool. Dell 12 Center. This one is from American Comics Group, Unknown Worlds, number 57. And so this one has
very nice
giant Native American chief like cracking this helicopter and dropping the guys out. So I'd never heard of this company, and like since then I've come across a couple more from them.
That is the whirlybird that they used in Korea, and they used those as ambulances, and also to get people in and out when they were in tough spots. But those were the kinds of whirlybirds they used in Korea.
Okay.
That's actually Honeycutt in that chieftain's outfit.
This next one I think is so freaking cool, and I'm going to track down the rest of the series. It's short. I want to say it's only like I don't know, 10-ish issues. I looked into it. Steven told me some backstory on this one. This is so cool. This is Spyman number 2, which is from Harvey Comics. It's Jim Steranko's first published works. And
Jim?
And he is, and also is it Joe Simon? I think it's Joe Simon and Jim Steranko working together. And this is just, I mean, I read through this. This is a hoot. This one was really fun. And it's just very bizarre 60s stuff. You've got this eyeball cult, and then he has a robotic hand that has all these superpowers. It's weird. And this is like right up my alley. I love this. Two of my absolute favorite books from my collection. One, I can't remember if I think I got this last year. I've had this one for a little while. Flash 133, where Flash is turned into a puppet. This one,
I always like that one.
Yeah, this one creeped me out. Like, I still don't like the way that his face looks. It looks painful.
When I was 5 years old, that is the only book in my dad's collection that scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
it's really creepy.
It really is. Like for that era, I felt like this was kind of a creepy cover.
I don't know
when I had that book, I
traced mutation with him.
When I had that book, the first copy I had, I tried to trace the Flash on that, and I traced it so many times that the cover just got completely chiffoned. It ruined it. But of course, that went away with my first. But I do have the Flash run is so Infantino is so good.
Mm-hmm. And here's another one. Now, this isn't him. This is Andrew and Esposito. But this is my favorite Flash cover, and it's the one that started me on collecting weird DC body transformations.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they always do something weird to poor Flash.
I know.
I don't know what's going on.
So Flash 177, the big head one. Unfortunately, my copy is like, it's pretty rough. I'm going to upgrade this at some point, but I just love this one. And this one sent me down a rabbit hole of finding all these DC covers where they do weird stuff to the characters. This is my old.
DC had the big heads and Marvel had the man thing.
Right. My oldest Lois Lane from 1959, Lois Lane number 8.
Oh yeah.
With the first appearance of the ugly Superman. And then Lois Lane 29, where she's making out with everybody, and it's another 10 cent. Yeah, you can just get in line.
The next week, all of a sudden, the next week, all of the entire Justice League except Superman is mono.
Yeah, they all have cold sores. This is like, what happened? I don't know. But yes, it says Superman is at the Fresh Air Fund or something, so he's off like he's off doing what he does. His friends are making out with his lady.
The worst girlfriend ever.
And who is it? Yeah, and this other girl's jealous. This other girl's like, well, I want to make out with everybody. What she got? You know? I mean, you just do it. You just.
Do you think that kissing
I'm sure
Aquaman
she could
would
ask.
be salty?
Yeah. What'd you say, Matt?
Do you think kissing Aquaman would leave a salt aftertaste?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I
don't give up the day job, Matt.
I cannot do Silver Age and Lois without showing Matt and I's favorite book.
Yeah, there it is on my wall.
Lois Lane 54, Herco.
I love Herco. Bring back Herco, James.
I love this Lois Lane annual. This is the Lois Lane annual #1. This is my upgraded copy. I had a really, really rough, like fallen apart copy, and I got this for a really good price. Yeah, JX, like, you don't know who the audience for Lois Lane was? Like 48-year-old dudes in the 2020s. I don't know
the entire run. I've got more than half the Lois Lane run. I think we know who it's for.
Yeah, they are hysterical. They are some of the silliest reads. Right up there with my next one that I really like. And this is the one I'm going to end with. Speaking of Son of Crom, he sent me this in an AOK, like, sent it to me. Didn't trade it. Like, he sent this to me. Freaking Superboy 98, the first appearance of Ultra Boy.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
An amazing book. So cool. And I love the Legion and Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane and the Superman, everything from this era, super family wise. Like, Batman wasn't as silly and over the top in the same way. It was, but it didn't have the same energy as these stories did, in my opinion. So this was a huge, like.
And what was Ultra Boy's name, Nate?
Oh man, you did this last time. I don't remember.
Fishy. It's fishy. It has to do with the oceans.
Biblical.
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah. That's right.
Jonah.
Matt, what planet's Jonah from?
Rimbor.
That's what I got for round 1.
Yeah. 1 sec here.
That's great stuff.
And then we got Steven that's going to just throw off the whole Silver Age theme, but
I told you I was going to do moderns, and I don't know how to. Wow, what a difference. Good Lord, look at that. Wow.
No, don't get too close.
It's not too late to get your it's not too late to get your old camera back, is it?
Boy, it's a tough house here.
But the audio is a little bit weird, I'd have to say.
It's your speakers, Alan, with your socialist speakers in Canada.
No, it's your speakers.
No, it's your speaker. I hear an echo. It's you.
I don't hear an echo though. So
that's very cool. Who drew that one?
Don Gardino.
He's one of the most prolific artists in all of comics.
That's some groovy Silver Age you got there.
I told him I ain't doing Silver Age.
Hey, I'm okay. I like these.
We're just living in it, y'all.
See, JX agrees with me.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Jim.
JX, you're going to listen and you're going to like it. Or so help me God, I will turn this car around.
I love the giant sword.
That's a Buster sword.
It's Final Fantasy. That's Berserk. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You know, she's using it as a one-hander though, which is even more.
It's not a he. It's Wonder Woman.
I know she. I said she. I said she.
Strange noises emanate from you that have no bearing, and then you come back. That's what I said. No, you didn't.
Because she's holding the.
You just bubble and fizz. You bubble and fizz all the time.
Okay.
I like this.
Great Silver Age. I love it.
Yeah, follow Superman's eye line.
That action is a great book.
Oh,
That's nice.
and Margaret.
Yes, it is.
And all these
Margaret.
young guys that say, "Who's she?"
Yeah, exactly.
I said Jane Russell one time. They said, "Who?"
I knew who Jane Russell was.
I know.
Yeah, but you don't know who Doja Cat is, so there.
You want to know who
Dojic?
Doja Cat is? I mean, really?
Dojic? What's Dojic?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Doja Cat.
Listen, I wouldn't know
She's a
who
musician.
Ariana Grande was if my son didn't like her.
Really?
I am so happy to see the spider buggy.
I love the spider buggy so much.
Yeah, I really like that too, actually.
It
I
has
like content
sticky
of the spider
tires
buggy.
and it can climb up buildings, right?
I had the first appearance of the spider buggy.
Oh, the mailman's there.
Nope, I have 2 grandfather's clocks.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's very progressive of you.
Oh.
Cheer up, will you?
That is cool.
I love Black Cat.
My
Very
son's a big
cool.
Ahsoka fan.
Very cool.
Big Barda?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you know what? I actually have that. I was just sorting that book out.
Your computer shows the real look.
I actually just was sorting that book out. I was just putting it I was filing it as we were speaking. Yeah, it's funny.
I don't know when New Gods is being relaunched. I'm excited for it.
Oh, beautiful. Very nice.
Wow.
Jim Lee. You had a pip?
Very
Yeah,
cool.
that's good. That's a
All
good
of
one.
these, almost every one of these books is from an auction called Beta Ray Jim Action Auctions.
Oh, yeah.
And about 8 or 9 of these are free that I got for free because when each dollar you spend, you get a space on the wheel, and each $100 he puts more Virgin variants and other fancy things in to the prize pool. And at the end of the night, everybody is on this wheel, and then they spin, and he gives away all these books.
Very nice.
Is that Mary Jane in the Black Cat costume?
Looks like it.
Just gonna tuck that away for if I ever have a lucid dream.
Just making a new definition to getting in their pants.
Oh,
Honestly, Matt, don't give up your job, please.
he's
I
just
worry
happy the
about
mail
your family.
Matt, I'm just proud that you tried. You get an A for effort from me.
Oh, nice. I have that one too.
Uh-oh, here comes the look.
That's really good.
Stephen, I guarantee you, if you show your doctor this stream, they'll re-up you on your blood pressure meds.
No, actually, I have blood pressure meds, and my blood pressure is now. It used to be that they wanted you to be at 140 as the top number, 140 over 50 or 60 or whatever it is, and now they want you at 120. That's the new regimen. And so I went in for blood pressure, and I was 142 over 65 or 70, something like that. They said, well, we're going to give you this med. I said, well, I'm right in normal. I have one of those cuff ones. I check every so often. And because you don't want to mess around with blood pressure. And so they said, no, this is the new normal one. And so I've got some little teeny little pill. I fall down a lot, but my blood pressure is nice where it's supposed to be.
I love
falling
this.
down too, holding those books.
That's a great one.
I'm almost halfway done, Alan.
Okay.
Meow.
And this is a Zerdy. A dirty Zerdy. Matt, you need your adenoids out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's neat.
I love that neon.
Is that a big zipper that thing is attached to?
I hope so.
It's up at the top. She sort of shimmies out of it. Bruce helps her.
On occasion.
I have 3 more for this round.
Whew. There's a nice one.
Heyo.
Oh, Nate, that's for you.
Oh my gosh. I need it.
She looks like
Blood
she's
pressure?
about to throw some subpar
Hold on.
popcorn chickens into
what
into
are
my
these?
driver's
What
side
are
window.
these? I've never seen
David
these.
David Nakayama.
But are these from the current series? Are these variants from the new mini that's out?
Well, this one is from February of 2024.
Okay.
When 2 are not enough.
Oh,
That's nice. I like Dazzler.
And that's a Zerdy.
In that one, she looks like she's getting ready to perform with ABBA.
She needs to have roller skates, though.
I agree. The roller skates make the girl. Kate
Well, she's got her dress heels on, and she'll be dancing.
I'm pretty sure Dazzler spec is finally over.
Thank God.
You know what's funny? They're still going for a fair amount. Some of the Dazzler books. It's crazy.
They really are.
Go Farron.
Almost
Farron.
negative space. That's cool. That's cool.
Don't they call those bleed covers?
Mm.
Yeah, that's a bleep cover.
Do you get the feeling if Harley Quinn ever played pro ball, she'd hit almost 400? She's had so much practice with that bat.
New Mutants number 26.
Who?
And this is the Ganano exclusive.
That's magic.
It almost looks like some kind of like a metal cover or something. It doesn't. It looks on.
I can almost see this being spray painted on the side of my dad's brother's van in the 80s.
That's all for now. I have another chunk the same size.
Okay, cool. Matt?
How do I follow that?
With Silver Age, buddy.
Let me start with a book that I cannot get out of my mind. It was on my Instagram today, and it's just so awesome. Tarzan with a machine gun.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Tarzan 163.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
Where's my notebook?
What the hell?
Why does Tarzan have a machine gun? I don't really associate him with
because the little knife wasn't doing it anymore.
Alan, why does Tarzan not always have a machine gun is the answer. It's the right
like
question.
Tarzan crossed with like Rambo or something like that.
Well, it's just awesome.
If you look at old movies of Tarzan, one of the very earliest ones is Tarzan and the Green Goddess or something like that. Prior to, I don't know if it's Buster Crabbe is actually Tarzan, and there is a scene with him with a machine gun shooting.
Oh wow!
And he's got Jane or whoever the frail is. Hi, Brian. Whoever else is there, but he's using a machine gun big time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just
trained all the.
It's not just that he is using a machine gun; he is carrying the machine gun Terminator style.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He trained all of the apes to use a Browning 1919.
That would be cool.
Are you a gun guy, Hagen? Hagen?
What's your next book, Matt?
This one was sent to me by someone else on the panel. Ooh. I love this book.
Oh, nice.
Act 293.
Comment.
The Secret Origin of Supergirl's Super Horse. And because there's horses, I like this one too. This is Falling in Love 50. Oh boy, 56. I really need to get my eyes checked.
Yeah, you're getting old now.
Yes, I know. It's just cool because it's the eternal triangle. There's a blonde girl crying and a black-haired girl who's going to make the shot. And we all know who's going to win in the end.
The horse.
It looks like she's running her over with the horse.
I mean,
like the horse is going to run over the blonde girl.
And going again on that Tarzan theme, here's another cool one where Tarzan, is fighting somebody. They're falling off a cliff. And he's still got a knife. He looks like he's ready to just stab it in the guy. And he's probably going to use him as a mattress at the bottom to make sure everything is okay.
Oh.
Next one, because, we can't get enough Lois Lane. By the way, there's my Herco.
Very nice.
Okay. This is the one where she's liberated now. I know I've shown it before, but it's one of my favorite because I really like her dress. Lois Lane 80.
Yeah, it's very mod.
She ruins the cover.
Yeah, she's. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, that's because she's no longer his girlfriend.
I know. She rips that part of the cover off.
Exactly. She's really strong, because that's amazing that she's able to do that. Next up, I brought this out because I know that one of our fans has a copy of this book. This is Adventures of Jerry Lewis 120.
Oh, nice.
And this
is
the one book that Susie and I got to do twinsies on.
Very nice. I like fish covers.
Yeah. And my last two for this round are going to be adventure comics because, Legion Ring and all this stuff.
Oh.
I love this book because I pulled this out for the Redheads cover, but I appreciate very much this book because 4 first appearances and the fact that it's Jim Shooter's first ever work in comics really makes me proud to have this book.
You got the go-go at the top. Nice.
Really cool.
And if you know the history of these characters, 3 of them end up dead. Okay, all the new males. Nemesis Kid kills Karate Kid, and the Queen Projectra here, the 4th one, kills Nemesis Kid.
Well, spoiler alert, Matt. I was going to read all of the Legion tonight, but now I'm not going to.
And this last one is Adventure Comics 326. I pulled it out because it's a rare Supergirl Legion cover.
Very cool.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Shooter was 3 months shy of his 14th birthday when he did that book. He was 13 years old.
Wow, that's really young.
That is wild.
And he was already 7 foot.
And the reason he did it was because he tried working. His family, his dad lost his job. His mom, of course, was a homemaker like they were in the 60s. And he felt that he had to go out and get a job. And drawing comics was one way he could work and earn money while staying in school.
Jim Shooter?
Yes.
I thought he was a writer.
Yes, he wrote the book, but he was he also did for that particular book, he designed the 4 characters and sent those sketches to Kurt Swan.
Very cool.
Fair enough.
JX said smoked 10 cigars a day and had a problem with the ponies.
He would bet on ones that were named after Legion characters.
All right, so I want to show you guys a 15 center. This is from 1969. So as I was saying,
Yep.
the price doesn't necessarily mean that it's not Silver Age. So this is
Late
actually
silver.
just at the end of the Silver Age. So just showing that. But then here's another. I picked this one out because I did a cover challenge. I wish I had used this one for the cover challenge today because it's music.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What happened was in late 1970,
Mm-hmm.
comic books at Marvel went from
Yes, I
15.
did have to prove I was right.
No, they went up from 15 to 25 cents. The 25-cent price points lasted exactly 1 month at Marvel and 6 months at DC, and then they fell to 20 cents.
And you blame me for being a lemon tree.
Okay, well, that wasn't me. That was Matt.
The difference was, though, the reason why DC stayed at 6 months at 25 cents was they went up to 52 pages.
Yeah, the Archies have the code, by the way. Adrift. They do count. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my little run of Strange Tales that are all Silver Age.
No modern?
No modern. So, okay, so we're going to go with Grotto.
Yes.
Again, double compliments. Woohoo! Grotto.
And then we got some Fing Fang Foom.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Wow.
And this has already been shown tonight, but I'll show it anyways.
Oh, look at that. Copycat.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, and
Now, Lyle, do you have that one?
You
One
got
that I just
Lyle
showed it.
doesn't
Yeah.
have it. He just thinks he has it.
When a planet dies.
And this is the first, I think this is the first prototype for Professor X.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then we got, what's his name? This is the one where the monster basically says he can beat anyone at anything. And then so one guy comes up to him and says, I bet I can beat you at sleeping. And then the monster goes off and goes to sleep forever. So
that's actually quite brilliant.
Yeah. Good way to beat him. And then we got Strange Tales 101.
That's the first Human Torch in Strange Tales.
That's what it is. Thank you. And you love this one. I know you have a really beautiful copy of this book, but I have a lesser beautiful copy of it.
I find that the Human Torch really lights up the title.
Matt?
Yes.
Jeez, Matt, really?
Matt's theme is like dad jokes today. Okay, so
Matt, that just triggered my antivirus
fire
software.
And then we got the Living Bomb.
No Doctor Strange in that.
In this one?
No.
Yeah. And this one, I always thought this was kind of a pervy looking cover of this next one. I always thought.
And you bought it?
Doesn't it look like something?
Yeah, it sure does.
That guy's got the biggest balls in town.
I know. It's like Plant Man.
Plant Man's really got a pair.
They look like scribbles.
No Doctor Strange in that one either.
Yes.
And then we got.
There's the Acrobat.
Yeah, this is the Acrobat one.
You'll notice that he has different colored trunks than he does the leggings. And that the Silver Age Captain America has many more stripes on his tunic than the Golden Age does.
He's fake Cap, yes.
I still want it.
And this is
a great book.
Second appearance of the Sandman.
Oh.
I think it's also the second appearance of Doctor Strange as well, isn't it?
No, it's not the second. It's the origin of Doctor Strange.
Origin. I knew there was something Doctor
Now.
Strangey about it. Yeah. And this is actually the first cover appearance of Doctor Strange. This next one.
That's
Somebody
strange.
spilled paint on mine, but that's not Doctor Strange there. Or there. That's not Doctor Strange. He's down
That's
here
the
at bottom.
wizard.
That's the very first cover appearance of Doctor Strange. So,
In
Strange
the
Tales
past.
118. You got a better.
You will notice that with Doctor Strange here, that he has the dark blue cape, and he has a smaller,
thumbs down.
a smaller
I don't even
amulet.
like my own books. Okay, go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Night came Union.
that his cloak of levitation, this one, which is all blue. This is early in his where his powers are, and then the amulet that he had, the first one that he had, and then after I think his first battle with Dormammu, the Ancient One said that you have acquitted yourself, my disciple, blah blah blah, and he gives him the red one that has the fancy edging and a more, as he put it, a more wondrous amulet.
Okay, nice. And then we got, I'm not sure if this is the first Beetle, I believe.
It is.
That dude.
What'd he play?
I giggled at that one, Matt.
Okay, this one's actually a UK price variant. I thought that was, it wasn't intentional, but I have a UK price variant.
I like that.
Great cover.
Is it for sale?
JX says we need to break out the ferrets because K Munin is gone.
Oh, okay. And then this is the first Dormammu. Ah, I was getting at it. I was going to say it right. And then we have the Beatles on this one.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's one of the first larger Doctor Strange images, and then, of course, he's against Mordo. And I believe that Mordo's getting all of his powers interdimensionally or whatever it is from Dormammu. And so he's giving all this power to Mordo, and Mordo still can't beat Doctor Strange even. And you'll notice he now has the new cloak of levitation, and his amulet, although looks the same, is the more wondrous version.
Yeah, it has the little yellow thing in the middle.
Nice collar.
And then this is the first appearance of Nick Fury as Agent Nick Fury.
Nice.
And then I forget what this one is. Eternity or something like that. Is that right? First
I don't know.
Or first Hydra, maybe? Is it first Hydra? I don't. Maybe. I don't know.
If Biggie says it, I would take it to the bank.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good guess. And then we got.
This is a thing that Kirby also loved to do, and that is with the Human Torch, and in any instance he could, he always liked to draw Porsches and hot cars. And that's one of the things that Johnny Storm had in a lot of the FF and Strange Tales. He's always working on a 67 Vet, or he's working on some hot rod. And that's what he would always be doing, be working on some hot car.
I've read a few of the earlier ones, but not. I got only so far in Strange Tales. I read like the ones around Doctor Strange. But I always thought this car reminded me of the one from Back to the Future.
No, it's a Porsche. It's not a DeLorean.
Okay, you know, in Back to the Future, when they go to the future, they all have the cars where the wheels turn in.
Right, Mr. Fusion.
Even the future is the past now in that movie.
Okay, and yeah, that's true. And then the last Strange Tales I'm going to show is this one.
That's one of the first Stillwell covers. And he's a blonde in this instance.
Oh, is he? Who's? Up here, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's it. That's my round.
Pretty cool covers you got there.
Yeah, well.
All right.
Nice show, Alan.
Thanks.
Yes, very nice. So I'm gonna. I bought a collection of books. They were called RBCC, which were known as Rockets Blast Comic Collector. They're like a fanzine. So I bought them from the same place, a couple of 100 miles from my place. Last year they had a big box full. I bought a couple, and I didn't know anything about it. And when I got home and realized they were quite pricey, I went back to the same store about 3 weeks later, and the box was still there, and I bought the complete box for $384. There was probably 100 of these fanzine books. So this Rockets Blast Comic Collector, they have really great covers. So this one here
is that a Ron Goulart thing?
Yes.
Is he the editor? I mean, he's the main guy. Is Ron Goulart?
In these later issues, the ones from the from 1966 when they first came out, they were from G.B. Love. And this one here is from 1967. It's number 55, but it only had a print run of 1925.
Wow.
They're all very, very limited print runs. Like this one here is number 56 from 1967.
Nice.
And this was a Wally Wood cover.
It is.
This one's limited to 2,350 copies.
The Rockets Blast is one of the first, and Alter Ego was another one of the ones that were these fanzines, but Rockets Blast always was very, very well regarded.
This one's Dead Man. 1960.
So cool.
Yeah. 1968, number 57.
So these are all like fanzines?
Yes.
All fanzines called Rockets Blast Comic Collector. This one here is another nice art. This one's from 1968.
Have you actually opened any of these up and read them?
Yes, I have.
And
this
did
was
you find
limited.
the article? Did you find the articles informative?
Somewhat, because the first one of these came out at issue 51 in 1966. After that, they were all like in like Xeroxed papers of the time, stapled together. They print copies out and sell them for 25 or 30 cents. And this one only had 2,300 copies of this one. Like they're all very limited issues. Like this one here is from 1968.
Oh wow, that one's beautiful.
That's really cool.
That looks
This
awesome.
one's
Do they attribute? They usually will on the inside. They will attribute who did the actual cover.
the cover here was done by a fellow. His last name is Newton. It just said cover art by Newton, and this one was from number 76 from 1968, and it was limited to 2,000 copies.
Who is that supposed to be? Is that like Buck Rogers? Oh, not Buck
Well,
Rogers.
it looks like Flash Gordon
Flash Gordon. I meant. I was trying to.
and
go
Dale
Flash.
Arden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Flash
going to say
Gordon.
Flash Gordon. I meant Flash Gordon.
And then this one is from 1969.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, had a print run of 2,000. This one here is from 1969.
Oh, that's cool.
They are very rare and they are very hard to find. I don't believe that there is enormous value, but
No.
there is great intrinsic value and rarity in all of those. You were very smart to do that.
And this one's from 1969 as well. The cover was done by Robert Klein. I don't know anything about Robert Klein, and these were only limited to 2,000 copies.
Robert Klein is name brand.
Yeah. And this one, this was from 1970.
I love
And
that.
had a print run of 2,000.
The cover by
I'm not going to show you them all. I have stacks of them.
cover. Who did the Conan cover?
It's not. I didn't mark it down. Let's see. It's same. It's marked way down here. Newton.
Okay.
Whoever
It
Newton
looks brilliant.
was.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Thomas O'Donnell thinks it's Don Newton.
And this is a separate one
I think that's
this
Newt
one?
actually from Hercules.
from 1965.
No, his name is Newton.
Oh, I
What's
thought
that?
you were trying to mimic Newt from Hercules, where you would repeat
have this
everything
one?
twice.
Yeah, well, isn't his name Newton?
No, Newt.
Newt. And this one.
Sorry.
But Americans
Okay, well,
wouldn't get
that's
the
it.
joke because they didn't have
I
that
know.
series.
That's all I'm showing for that round.
Oh, this is the last round. So,
Yeah,
more.
that's it. That's all I'm going to show. Yep.
Okay.
Thank
Those
you.
were cool, man. Thanks for sharing those.
Those are
I
great.
love them.
Well done. Rare.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those before, so those are pretty awesome.
They're very, very hard to find.
I don't have them. Okay, so there.
So follow that, Hagen.
You have seen before? Well, here is Captain America number 117.
Oh, very nice.
I shared this little factoid on Matt's show, and Stephen, you sent me something which sort of contradicts what I said, but I like my narrative better, so I'm just going with this.
Well, please do.
The Falcon is the first superhero in mainstream comics that does not have, or the first African-American superhero in mainstream comics that does not have the word black in his name, a la Black Panther, Black Lightning. And I just think that's really cool. And this is like an iconic first
Lobo
appearance cover.
would be the first, but yeah.
That was what I said.
That's what he said. And again,
once I heard about that, I started looking up. And to be honest, Lobo was a regular man, so the Falcon is technically the first superhero.
He's not super. He has a suit.
He can talk to birds in this one. Okay, that's a superpower. Superman can talk to fish, and he has a fork.
The birds don't know what he's saying, but he talks to them.
The answer is you're both right. On a technicality, Falcon is the first superhero.
Stephen can't let that.
Super. He's just got a suit.
Guys, I gotta admit to you, this isn't a hill I'm willing to die on. Hell, it's not a hill I'm willing to be on for more than 2 minutes. So,
I didn't know you liked the Falcon so much. That's really interesting.
I really, really like the Falcon. He's a really interesting character, I think, and he's a lot more than just a stand-in for Steve. But yeah, so my second favorite cover of the Captain America Volume 1 run is this.
My great book. That's a nice cover.
Number 115 by the incomparable Marie Severin. I got this for like $20, something like that.
Nice.
And I had the opportunity to get one that was in higher grade physically. Like there are some nicks and tears, and there's like a lot of spine ticks over here. I don't care, but the thing that I really wanted was the colors, because like the red of the Red Skull's head and the yellow of the box with the green, it's just great. So I really, really love this cover. This was in JX. You just said bust that out of the slab. This was in like my first. I think it was like my second submission to CBCS. The first one only had 3 books. The second one had some more, and I got them all reholdered because, of course, the day after I got my books back, they announced that they were doing a new slab, and I couldn't have that. So I don't know that I want to crack it because I did spend money on it, but like I do really like those books. So I just want to get like a duplicate and have one that I can.
Don't listen to JX. JX is crazy. Don't crack it. Slabs are beautiful.
I don't know. I could take them or leave them, honestly. For some of these, I want to keep them in here just because I'm not going to drop them and ding them. But for some of them, like I like books, man. And these are posters now, which is cool.
Oh,
but
we got the new, thing.
Falcon was the first superhero that used a necklace. All right, so my favorite cover of the Captain America run. Hot take, it's this.
That's probably one of my favorites too.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous, and like my favorite well-known fun fact about this book is that the newspaper that he's busting out of is from the day after Pearl Harbor. It's just super cool.
That's cool.
Which paper is it? The Times?
I'm assuming it's the Times. It's New York, and I hope it's not the Post. But yeah, so gorgeous cover. The colors on this copy are fantastic. I got this off the shelf at my LCS for like $35, something like that. And I've had a copy of this. I have a really beat up copy that I got when I was a kid. It was one of my like prized possessions, but this part here like was all cut out. And with the newsprint, it didn't look so bad, but I knew that I wanted a more complete copy. So I've got this now.
Understand what you have there. That book is almost impossible to find where the cover is white and not tan.
So
And there is a guy that on this last auction, affordable auctions, MT1 Comics, and he was watching an auction while the show was going on. The book had gone up to $450, and it was a raw copy, probably that same grade. $450. You have a very, very valuable version of that book. If you ever are going to sell that or trade it, understand what you have. And if you go looking on eBay or other places, you will note that those covers almost invariably are tan. Just the same way Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., that one white cover is also always tan. That's just the way it was. It is notorious for that. And this guy didn't get it, and he was all pissed off the rest of the entire broadcast because he couldn't get that book.
So funny that you should mention that. I'm amazed that you can see that through my my camera that's, I'm sure, made of Chinesium. But on the grade,
isn't everything?
The grade, if you can see, is an 8.5 with exceptional white pages, and I have never ever seen that before. But
I have one book that has that notation.
I have I keep this slab underneath all of the other slabs in a dark closet because I don't want I don't want it to get I don't want to get it tanned, because the other thing that I don't like about slabs, and I'll bring this up more in just a second, but like they don't protect from sunlight, and that seems insane
you can
to
get
me.
the Mylars for them, and that protects them. So you put them in a bag.
You put them in a Mylar in a Mylar sleeve. You can get them on Amazon. They're cheap.
So I have my phone in a case, and then my case needs to be in a bag, and then that will protect my phone, and that's sort of how it feels to me. Like, just,
and then you bubble wrap it, and it's fine.
Yeah, and at that point, like, I don't have a comic book anymore. I have a waste of space. Like, I like the thing, but that is worth protecting to me, because when I received that, I was even more of a layman than I am now. But even I could recognize, like, I don't see books that look like that super duper often.
Understand, you have a very valuable and unusual, exceptional book. You do.
Yeah. Well, I love it regardless of that, but it does look really, really great. Two more. The next one is this. This is Captain America number 100. I've told the story about this before, but my ex-girlfriend, now wife, bought this for me when we were still dating. So I love this book.
She went back and got it for you and presented it to you.
Yep, in the car. I was from Second and Charles. I don't remember how much she paid for it, but I'm stunned that happened.
Had you seceded from the Union at that point?
Well, no, he married
I don't
her.
think I'm quite erudite enough to understand that joke. Could you run it by me again in simpler words that I can understand?
No. Go ahead.
At least you're honest about it. The last book, you'll notice that there is a conspicuous space on my shelf that's empty.
What could it be?
That's because it's this.
Oh, wow.
This has been a dream book of mine forever. And I was able to find a pretty wrinkled copy with lots of tears and creases, and it had been well loved. And the staples are actually like on the back of the book. And so the spine has this like weird roll that you can't quite get out. But I bought this at Heroes Con, bundled with some other stuff, and sent it off to Jeff at Comic Spa, who is a wizard and a necromancer, and I can't say enough good things about him. He has like a 2-year-long waiting list, but he's worth every penny, and I think he undercharges for what he does. But he did the work on this for me, and he asked me if I was going to get it graded, and I said no, not really, because like I don't want to have to crack it out. They don't protect from the sunlight. This is a UV protective case, and also like I can unscrew it if I want to. This is from Crafty Comics, if anybody's interested. I think this is their Flex Slab. But yeah, that's like one of the prized books in my collections and I just knew that I didn't want to get it slabbed. I wanted to have it out. But that is, I think, the entirety of my Silver Age collection, minus some Tales of Suspense that I didn't choose to show. Only like 8 more, though. So yeah, not a big Silver Age.
Very good. Very, very nice books.
Yeah, good books. Good deal. All right. I'll go quick. I've got a few left that I pulled here. So I just grabbed this one to back Alan up. Here's a 15-cent flash from 1969. So I consider this still Silver Age.
It is.
And I love this cover. This is a Murphy Anderson cover. And I love it. I love the way that they depicted Captain Cold on here. I don't know if he's
Cold has the coolest shades.
Yeah, he does. They're actually, if I may lemon tree, did you know that these shades are actually based on Inuit glasses that they used in the Arctic Circle?
I think every Canadian knows that.
I actually did not know that.
I don't know if he's still in here or not, side quest, Eric, but I pulled this one because I thought I would show Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, where he's fighting monkeys, fighting apes in an arena. Eric, I know, loves monkey covers, especially if they're holding guns. So this is another one that Dope Comics sent me in an AOK, and I thought was really interesting.
That should
and
be
cool.
a DC book, I think.
I do love the Thunderbolt. I have my Charlton collection is not extensive, but a lot of it having to do with Space Adventures and Captain Atom. But I do have a few of that, and of course Judo Master too. Charlton's fun and not expensive.
Right.
What number was that one, Nate?
This
Isn't Peter Cannon Thunderbolt a DC book now?
It is now, yeah. You know what? I have no idea what number this is. It doesn't.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Usually, if they give it to you at all, it's up in the top left-hand corner in the pink. There'll be a small little number in there.
I think it might be 62. It's actually it's so faded you can't even tell. The second number is definitely a 2. Speaking of apes, Hagen sent me this Jimmy Olsen, where Jimmy Olsen has to marry his jungle bride, and Superman is the witch doctor who performs the ceremony.
My God.
Come on.
That is, what are they doing?
Read it, Nate. Read the cover.
Is this canon?
It's okay. Yeah, this happened. So Jimmy's like, Superman, this has gone far enough. I don't want to marry a female King Kong. And then Superman says, I'm sorry, Jimmy, but as a local witch doctor, I now pronounce you man and wife.
And of course she said, ooh, ee, ooh, right?
and
what is that's Lucy Lane? That's Lucy Lane is his girlfriend there, the blonde.
Right.
And she does Lois Lane on Jimmy Olsen all the time, same stuff, right?
Yeah. And I'm fairly certain that the marriage was consummated.
I don't have it.
I love this cover. This is Flash 163. Stop! Don't pass up this issue. My life depends on it. And this actually kind of happens in the in the story itself. This was a
I
good
like
one.
your explanation of that story. I've actually been trying to find that book since. I thought it was cool sounding.
It is cool. Like he rescues, just real quick, he rescues this little girl in the beginning, and then the villain somehow can make everybody forget about the Flash, and he fades into almost nothing. But
except the little girl he saved,
because she remembers him, he doesn't completely fade out of existence, and that's the thread that keeps him connected to reality. I mean, it's a little loosey-goosey, like this guy was just able to do that, like create a radiation, but it was a good read. It was fun. Another Flash. I loved this one. This is one of the first Flashes cover I bought as a kid. Yeah. This honestly, like I was a kid when I bought this, like, I mean, maybe like 10 or 12 years old. And this was my introduction. This was the first Kid Flash I'd ever seen. It was the first Jay Garrick Flash I'd ever seen. And this book,
60s?
This one's from I wasn't in the 60s. But this kind of opened up, DC Universe.
Look at Infantino's artwork on that cover, expressing motion. He is the very best at doing that. And in those 3 images, the Jay Garrick flash lower left really looks, and he'll also kind of wave the turn. So as he makes the turn and then he kind of comes back in a little bit, the body position and everything. I just love that. I really love Infantino's work.
This is another personal favorite Flash cover. Very morbid. Like, this is a good Halloween decoration. Flash 186.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is this is my upgrade. I have a really rough copy of this as well that I held on to for a long time, and I can't remember where I came across this one, but this year I didn't pay hardly any. I think I paid like $5 or $6 for this, and was so happy to get it because this one's in very good condition. I love a good Batman, hanging Robin, punching Robin kind of covers, and this one I think is peak. Down you go, Robin. From now on, I work alone, and he's just pushing him off a lighthouse. Like, if I saw this as a kid, if I was a kid when this was on the newsstand, I would grab this immediately. It's so morbid and funny, and I would want to read it, and it's great.
You'll notice that Robin isn't wearing his panties either.
Oh no, he's going commando.
Batman's all done with him. Okay, fair enough.
First appearance of the Hell Grammite in Brave and the Bold number 80. This is a beautiful book. This one's in such good shape. Neil Adams cover. This is another one of my body dysmorphia, body transformation covers that I love so much. And this one I got in a trade this year. Very cool, and I'm really happy to have it. I'm so close. I'm so close to the first appearance, but I got the second appearance, Brave and the Bold 58, second appearance of Metamorpho.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Great cover.
Yeah.
Is the first appearance really expensive?
It isn't cheap. It's tough.
It's climbing because of the that Metamorpho is going to be making an appearance in the James Gunn.
Correct.
And that's Ramona Fredone on the interior art of that, isn't it?
Yes,
I think it's Sapphire's stag and the car that she drives, and her father with what is it? The ape is what's his name? The ape?
Java,
yeah, with Java, the jealous Java.
Yeah, I love the whole love triangle that they have going on. Yeah, very cool. This is beat to crap. I don't care, and until I upgrade it, I will never get rid of this book. I just love Batman 188. Here comes the rubber-headed villain, the Eraser.
Yeah, I love that one too. That's another one I'd like to get. Yeah,
I want to get that one too.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. He moves his feet together to form the point of the pencil. Like, he wears these sharp shoes. It's an absolutely ridiculous villain, and
I love the fact that he has a Lego figure.
Yeah, he's turned up in a few things. And then my last one that I pulled, and this is not Hagen, my last Silver Age book. I had to get choosy today because I got plenty more. But this one is just. I just can't get enough of it, and you'll like it because it's Infantino and Murphy Anderson. Steven, Detective Comics 371.
Very nice.
I love that one.
That is such a great cover.
It's so good. And Batgirl can't help because she's got to run in her tights. Oh, isn't that just like a woman? Isn't that just like a lady? Come on.
A sexist would say.
Oh, so I mean, I don't agree with this, but I had to have it because it's so cool.
It's too late. I'm going to clip that 5 seconds and send it to the local news.
I have a slammed 8.5 of that.
No, Drift. Unfortunately, Drift, the Eraser really hasn't made any appearances. He's in the Batman Lego movie. That's all I can remember seeing him since.
He was in a cartoon too. I think he was in Brave and the Bold or something. And that's it for me.
He would have fit in on Kite Man.
I agree.
And then.
So, because everybody didn't want to see God, I can't believe how sharp this is. It's just I'm stunned by the. Oh, I did get this. I got this from Shane McCormick 2 days ago.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is.
It's
very
pretty
nice.
big. I didn't expect it to be that big.
Isn't that fun?
That's really, really nice.
Yeah.
And there's the concept sketch. He says, "Are you interested?" I said, "Yes."
Oh, wow.
So anyway, this is fun stuff. So because I was catching so much static over my modern that I had told Alan that I was going to do, and then at the 11th hour he says there's no reprieve from the governor and it's going to be Silver Age, you dog. And I said, fine. So I got rid of all the rest of those. I put them away. You won't be able to see them till some other time. Hagen, I pulled out some books to show that I'm aiming at you. And then the balance of them I'm aiming at Matt. So I will start with Hagen. This is
oh man.
This is a book that I bought from a fellow named Ed Jaster, who now I think is with Heritage or one of those. And Ed used to have a comic. He was a comic vendor. And this is the nicest copy of this book I have ever seen. And there was a little later on a warehouse find of these, so they're not as difficult to come by. If you are actually, come on, Alan, don't throw that crap up on me, please. Don't do that. Just talk to them. You don't have to put it right across my forehead. I'm trying to show a book. So here is Sergeant Fury, and it's a great, what a great cover during the war. And in this one, at the very end, we see Reed Richards as an OSS agent, Office of Strategic Services, which, yeah.
Isn't that the
before the CIA?
CIA.
A-OK.
My 100 is in the safe. I didn't pull the 100, but you showed the 100, so.
Now,
I love the Red Skull.
That should have been, hot take here, that should have been Captain America issue 1. Because the issue 100 just ties up, like it's half of a story. It ties up what was happening in Tales of Suspense. That one is the first new story that is in that volume.
Yeah.
Hagen, back then, and this is the reason why when Flash came back in the Silver Age, they continued the number from Flash comics. Back then, if a comic had a number that was low, they were afraid people wouldn't buy it because they thought, oh, this book is new, and so back then they thought bigger numbers, larger numbers would give continuity, and people would think they were part of something bigger.
I heard exactly the opposite, Matt. What I heard was that when Tales of Suspense split, they basically gave Iron Man a number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and then they gave Captain America, because they could have given Captain America a number 1 as well. But they continued Tales of Suspense numbering with Captain America, but differentiated by giving Iron Man number 1.
Yeah, well, that's because they split the book.
I understand that.
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about what it was the reason Julius Schwartz actually said that was the reason why Flash 105 was the number for the new Flash and the continuation of Flash comics.
I understand that for Flash, but Flash wasn't sharing anything. Flash just came back out of Showcase. So it was kind of a different thing because it was a shared cover with the Marvel. So you're mixing DC and Marvel on us here.
Well, the thing is, they could have done it with Thor too. They kept him going, and Hulk. They kept him going.
Yeah, they could have, but that's the reason. Ah has spoken.
Oh, that's a cool one.
This is a tough one.
I was looking for that one for months. I just could not find it, especially not at a decent price.
Steranko has the ability, and he mirrors the Golden Age Captain America, who is all bent and twisted, and angular and on 1 foot and various things. He really was able to channel that very, very well, I think.
These are all like absolutely pristine.
Yeah, these
There's
are gorgeous.
Stephen doesn't have.
Thank you.
Well, Stephen and I were around in 1968.
Yeah, but I notice like Marvel covers just don't age like DC covers do.
No, they don't. They weren't made as well.
These that you're showing are just, the colors are so good.
I got these an awfully long time ago and then they were put into Mylar and they were put into boxes and then they just sat. They haven't been moved up and around and into boxes and sold and resold and passed around.
Right.
So,
that's a good one.
That's Kirby goodness.
No, Romita.
Romita, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's right on the side. I can even read it on Steven's new camera.
Isn't it? I mean, seriously, isn't that amazing?
Oh, it's a treat for me, especially right now.
This one might look familiar to you.
Yeah, it sure does.
Very cool.
First Stoneface and first Sarah Wilson, who is the sister.
Hey, Stephen, we started collecting at a great time.
I beg your pardon?
So we collected at a great time.
Well, we were very blessed to be when we were. You'll find this is also a issue you might be familiar.
Mm-hmm.
The Serpent Squad.
I was about to ask, who are they fighting?
Everybody. They don't distinguish or discriminate. It's the Serpent Squad. You've got the Cobra. You have the what is the green guy, the eel or something, and then the gray one. I don't know who the blue guy is in front. This one also might look familiar to you, Hagen.
I feel pressured to say something, but I just love seeing these things.
Is Falcon turned into a werewolf on that cover?
He sure is.
Oh my god!
This one, and I think that's Sarah Wilson. I think that's a Nightshade. She's Nightshade. I think that's her first appearance. And the Falcon is in chains, and he has his Falcon uniform on, but he is somewhat changed. Evidently, the drink he drank did not agree with him.
Yeah, Bell's right.
And this looks like Sal.
That one.
This looks like Sal Buscema to me, or Buscema, or whatever. John was better than Sal. Sal always had a trapezoid for a mouth with slobber. You know, they'd open their mouth, they got slobber down there, and it's a trapezoid. That's Sal Buscema, big time. This is so heinous.
Yes! Hey, I have that one.
I have that too.
It is so loathsome. It's just, what is his mouth? It's the size of a pea.
The face is pretty rough.
There's not a damn thing about that's good, and that's what gives it value.
Sucks.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
So those are the very well said. And now I shift over to placate my friend Mr. Atkinson.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That is beautiful.
Cock. Stephen, I'm giving you my first good night. Wow, dude. Oh,
nice.
So cool.
I'm not worthy.
This one is remarkably good colors. This is one of the books. I told you guys the story about how I bought the collection of Rex the Wonder Dog. I think I
Yes.
did. But anyway, the guy at Excalibur Comics, Peter, called me up and he said, Steve, I have a complete set of Rex the Wonder Dog. I've never seen a complete set of Rex. It came in, and the only person I could think of that would appreciate buying something like this is you. Are you interested in getting a complete set of Rex the Wonder Dog? And at the time I was flush. And so I said, oh, let me come over and take a look. So I bought the complete set of Rex the Wonder Dog. I felt like an idiot, but I said, but I do like Alex Toth art, who does Rex. And in issue number 5 or whatever it is the first Detective Chimp by Carmen Infantino. And I told you the story that Sanderson Studios actually gave up trying to fix my book and sent it back to me. I was able to stump the jock. I was able to stump Kenny Sanderson on fixing my book for me. It's a dubious distinction, but it's one that I wear proudly. But by virtue, the whole reason I said that, by virtue of that, he said, Steve, I just got in some really nice early DC, and because you bought Rex, you get first shot, and I bought all he had. So as I run up against these that I got from him that day, I have beautiful copies of Metal Men 1 and 2, the first 3 showcase, the 3 showcase appearances of Adam Strange, Superman 123, and a few others, Secret Origins, the annual. So in all of those, I got the shot, but this was the one that out of all of them, because this purple cover is absolutely impossible.
That's a gorgeous copy.
I have a brief request.
You may.
I do not know the key significance of any of these, and I like learning things. So if any of these have key significance, or if you just like them, if you wouldn't mind just shouting.
Well, this is the first appearance of Brainiac.
Yeah, that's
this is the first.
Book.
This is the first appearance, first cover appearance, and origin of Brainiac. And he doesn't look like this in the book. This is the cover that shows him like this, which is what they went to. He's this dwarvish guy and he's got a pet monkey named Coco. And he's wringing his hands, Yes, Coco, another city for us. And Coco's going, cheap, cheap.
Also, the fact is they don't reveal that he's a computer in that issue either.
Because he weren't a computer in that issue. They turned him into it. It's a retcon.
Yeah.
And then they made it as his psyche could go back and forth into different robot bodies and stuff. He's too powerful. This is the problem. They made these villains too freaking powerful. And they had to because they made Superman too powerful. I'm in beautiful focus and color today, aren't I?
Yeah, when you have a superhero that can punch a hole in reality itself.
Oh yes. I mean, come on. Street
Isn't that fun?
That is so good. I love
that. Is a
Super
great
Pets.
book.
That is really cool.
This might look familiar, Matt.
Oh yeah, I almost bought that last show, but they wanted a little too much for it. I didn't bring enough.
Alan, can you zoom out for a minute?
Zoom out.
Yeah. Go to the big view because I want to show Steven that I got it. I got it too. Oh, twinsies.
Alan,
Very nice.
the guy Rosie there that I bought those other books from, he had one of these, and I almost bought that.
How much did he want for it?
He wanted $60 for that. And,
oh wow!
Canadian?
You saw what I bought.
That's like $40.
Yeah.
$40 for this 10 center. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but
this would have been
cash on me. I didn't bring enough cash.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what I bought instead. But
okay.
Well, on my turn, I'm going to show you what I bought at the show that limited my cash resources.
Awesome. Well, we have to pick and choose,
I know.
Yeah.
And there is a big reason why. You'll see.
Can't wait. I'm sitting on pins and needles.
No.
Can't be comfortable.
Yeah, get a new chair.
JX, no,
This-
that was not for Super Cat.
Matt, how did Streaky become Super Cat?
He played with a thing called Kryptonite X. Supergirl had was trying to Supergirl was trying to find a cure for kryptonite poisoning, and she put a tiny bit of kryptonite, covered it with a whole bunch of different chemicals. This little rock got entwined in a roll of string that the cat was playing with, and the kryptonite affected the cat to give it powers.
What happened to the stone after it was affected?
It stayed because the Streaky lost the powers, but was able to keep going back and repowering up with the same stone.
And that's what they infected Barry Bonds with.
This particular book is very, very hard to find.
Oh, yes.
I love this one.
I have it, actually.
But if you can see the cover, this cover strike, this is as if it never even was on the racks. It is so perfect. And this is, if you can see the date up there by the pencil date.
421.
Mm-hmm. This is from the date stamp collection of books. A guy bought books from the same newsstand, very a la Edgar Church Mile High thing. And I have a whole bunch of these. A bunch of my Lois Lanes are this. Some of my actions are this. And a few Batmans and JLAs I have are also. They were all from the same collection. The guy whoever it was, took absolutely perfect care of his books. Look at the black spine line.
Yes, that's amazing.
I mean, and the color strike and the colors on this are it's just amazing. But you hardly ever see this book.
I love that it has that date written in up top there too.
I have no problem. As a matter of fact, here's another one from that same collection.
Oh, I have that. That one I do have. It's not in that great a shape, but I do have that book.
You've been around Alan too long.
No, I just get excited when you show a book that I actually have because it means that I'm on the right track.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited.
This is a book that I got. This is from, it was back in 1989. And in a community just outside of Portland, near Oregon City, is a little principality called Molalla. And my friend Pat, who is the guy that ran my LCS back then, he's my Dark Horse friend. He ran a store called Pegasus Bookstore. Then they changed it to Things from Another World. I wish they would have left it at Pegasus. I thought Pegasus was better. But what happened was this guy came in, and he had a few books from this collection. He had bought all the contents of a barn that the kids had been there. They were the grandparents, and it was dry. It was a good barn. It was dry. And it was two generations of kids. There were ones from the late 50s, and then another group from like 62, 63 vintage. And they had kept all of the toys and the wrapping and everything from going to Disneyland in 1955 when they opened. They had toys that were still wrapped and still with their packaging and everything else. I don't know what kind of kids they were, but they kept all this stuff. And so this guy was a toy collector. And so, but rather than fiddle around, what you do is you say, I'll buy everything you got. And he worked a deal. So he sold off all the toys and all the other stuff that he knew about when he was a collector. He didn't know anything about comics, though. And so he went to these various places, and they tried to screw him. One of the books, the nicer books he had, was Adventure Comics 300 in very high grade. And along with all these other books that he had, they offered him like $25 or $35 for all of them. And he says, well, I'll keep shopping. That isn't very much. Let me keep looking. Well, let me know. Come back if you're interested. My guy pulled out a guide and he says, that's ridiculous. Let me show you what you have. So he opened up his price guide and showed him all the values of these books that he had. And the guy said, oh, they were trying. He was so mad. And he says, okay, just so that you know, whenever he says, I'll sell them to you. So he sold them to him. And these books, I have a few Mysteries in Space, a few House of Secrets, a few Houses of Mystery, The Adventure 300, this action I'm about to show you. They had a lot of the Dell Flash Gordons, Buck Rogers, and a few other books. They're white page, pristine, beautiful books. And this is the Malala copy of this book.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And as a kid, I remember this book very well because I thought that the robot design was so cool.
It reminds me of the robot that's on the cover of the Queen album there, All the News or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're
News
talking
of the
about.
World, that's it. Yeah, News of the World, that's it.
And look,
It
this
looks
has
really
Supergirl meeting Superhorse as a backup.
Isn't that that's a great book.
So that's something you need to point out. It's the second appearance and first appearance with Supergirl of Comet.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen, I am almost more impressed by the grade of your books rather than the actual books themselves. But my gosh,
good.
I have this one as well, but it's in better grade than the other one, but it's still not Stephen grade.
Beautiful.
Here's one that you'll like, Nate.
Oh, yes. I've got this on the want list. This one's great. I love the hybrid costume.
Yeah, it is.
This book I bought from Harley E, and I think for like 50 or like 25 or $30. He didn't put at the time did not put a very high value. I'm certain he wouldn't do that now, but it's just, this thing is just like new.
Yeah, I only have like four Batman / detective Silver Age comics, and I bought all four of them off of Harley.
He's
that
much more
expensive. So dorky.
He's so expensive now.
Nice.
Aren't these beautiful? Look at
Yeah.
the colors. See, Marvel just doesn't have, I mean, once in a while, but DC just has better colors. They're the colorist for these, and the quality of the paper and the cover stock that they had, which was higher grade than Marvel, it just holds the colors so much better.
I do like that the trade dress changes colors in accordance with like what's going on in the book.
That is precisely it. That's exactly what they do.
Some Marvel books do that, some of them, and when they
Some
do
of
that,
them do.
it's really cool. But
Yeah,
DC has a habit of doing that, or had a habit of doing that more often, it seems.
A good chunk of the colors on the DC were done by Jack Adler.
Oh, that's
Yes.
neat.
Yeah, I have that one as well. Like that's what I'm saying, and that one I actually have in a decent copy as well.
That is a great cover. Those bugs look awesome.
Yeah. Any action comic that's number 324 and up, I do have a copy.
What a thing to be able to say.
Right? I don't know what's in the box at my feet.
but when you are chasing after a certain title and then you're sweating getting those books in the title, if you have something like that, you do remember if you have, you remember what you're trying to fill in. When I was filling in my Flash run or my Hawkman run or whatever I was doing, Atom run, I always knew the ones that I was still looking for because they would elude you and there would be no rhyme or reason. I mean, it wouldn't even be the best cover, but it was the one that you just couldn't find. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I have books that are not as great necessarily, because these books, like especially anything from 350 and before, you don't always see them. You got to grab them when you can sometimes.
Yes.
The in-house ads for this book were extensive. They really liked this cover. And so they would tease you. The in-house ads were beautifully done on DC.
Yeah.
They would tease you with stuff, and you go, "Oh, I really want that book." And many of the times they would do it in the science fiction, like House of Mystery or House of Secrets or something like that. And they would show stuff like JLA and Action and Batman, and you're going, "God, what am I reading House of Secrets? And I could be buying Batman. What the hell am I doing here?"
Well, Ira, what's his name? Ira Schaffer or Ira Schiff or something like that, who did all of the fancy lettering for DC on all those ads and stuff. He was an absolute amazing letterer.
I have a horrible copy of this one. That's great.
Muto's Water Trap.
Mm-hmm.
Muto.
Yes, Muto.
Good old Muto.
You should see it's either the issue before the issue after what Muto really looks like. Yeah, Irish Snap. Thank you, Thomas.
Hazu just said, I'm about to buy that Superman cuck book because of you lot. Oh my god.
One of us. Come on. Okay, Hagen,
Sorry,
this is
Steven.
the first Parasite. It's another great book.
And one of the books that when I bought, I paid was one of the most amount of money I've ever paid for a book.
Nothing like a cannonball fight.
Especially with a split personality. It's like Superman 3.
There's nothing like Superman 3.
Hey, Callie.
See you, Big Nasty.
Hi, Callie.
Hey, Callie.
Hi, Callie.
He fastened a super bomb to my belt and trapped me on Earth. In 24 hours, it'll go off, killing 3 billion people. Not even you can penetrate my force field, Superman.
I really like the text
love
box in the bottom right of that. That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Irish Snap. That's his kind of work. And that guy did all the special lettering for DC across the entire line.
Whoa. Look at those colors.
Yeah.
Isn't it just, aren't they brilliant?
They're absolutely
These books, all these actions that I'm showing you, other than the ones that were the date ones, from the date stamp collection, date mark. You'll notice this has an actual stamp, 9/29, underneath the DC logo. You see 9/29?
Mm-hmm. September
29th for the November issue. These came from Alaska. A guy came down to I Like Comics, and he had boxes that they were all just raw. There were no bags or boards, but they had been kept in a cool, cold, dry, dark place. And all of them had colors like this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So this is one, and I took the first sweep through for grade, and then I went through again and said, I'm too fussy. I took second bite of the apple, and then I went through and I bought a third bite of the apple. I'm almost done. I hope you like these.
Oh, I'm loving it.
I'm having a great time.
Oh,
I've never seen this one before. That's great.
The Battle of the Gods, Atlas versus Samson, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're fighting to see who fights Superman. I love it.
Pretty much, yeah. Superman's the smart one. He's the beta fish or whatever, the ones that fight.
Now this one changes from that look. This is a different look, different artist. Tell me who the artist is.
Isn't that Neil?
Is that Neil Adams?
I think it is.
I think it is too.
Adams, yeah.
Oh, look at the trade dress.
Do you love the purple and green? Do you ever get anything like that from Marvel? Mm-mm.
No.
Isn't that the purple and green? Who thought of that with a yellow cover that's really an uneventful?
I don't know if it's uneventful. There's a guy punching through a stone monument, but
well, I mean, in context, you know, blowing up the planet and 3 billion people and a guy punching a building. There's a bit of a dichotomy there.
I thought we already established it was Jack Adler that did pick those colors.
The Kryptonite Rumble.
Yeah, he's fighting a street gang. Nobody messes with the skull, Superman. You're going down.
It's the Yancey Street Gang.
I can hear them snapping.
Right.
When you're a jet, you're okay.
It always amazes me how much kryptonite ends up on Earth.
It's all real, Matt.
I know.
It's real to me.
Another Neil Adams.
Yeah, that is Neil for sure.
This is the point where Neil Adams pretty much does a lot of almost every action cover.
Oh my God, look at the reflections.
Another great book.
Oh.
What does the little girl say?
She says,
That's him. He's the man who killed my daddy. I'll fix your wagon, little girlie.
That's cute.
Superman's other weakness, the United States justice system.
You should have seen the issue where he was audited by the IRS.
Oh, I have that one.
Yes, that's a great book.
This one, I stopped here. I continue on. I have quite a few more actions from that same collection. Then there was another collection that came in almost at the same time from Southeast Portland that was sat in someone's garage that was dry and then I filled in a whole bunch more. It was amazing, just in short order. Two collections that were. It's very odd that you get huge DC collections. Marvel collections come in quite often, but DC collections don't come in as often, and they don't come in that look like this. So I spent right to the quick of my fingers, to buy, to the point where it hurt. And after a few weeks, I'm laughing about it because you just don't find them in this grade with these color strikes. Look at Linda. Linda becomes fat.
That's my
Lose
favorite
one turn.
space.
Mr. Mixer Mixes Pidalix, say your name backward. The Infinite Monster, go back 2. Red Kryptonite, lose a turn. Jero the Merboy, go ahead 2. The Merboy. Legion of Superheroes, go to finish. Linda gets adopted.
Jero was her Lori Lamaris.
Enter Dick Malvern.
You know,
we're all
Malvern.
years old.
yeah.
And it really hurts when you enter Dick Malvern. Have you noticed that? Poor
great.
Dick.
Yeah, I don't
All
like
of
the
them.
sound of that.
Not if you're Kryptonian.
There you go.
My copy of that action that you just held up is actually really high grade. I was very happy to find the book in the condition.
I also have a high grade copy of that one.
No, you
Damn
don't.
it.
And
No,
it's
you
the
don't.
worst board game in history.
Stephen, you'll be happy to know that I don't have a copy of that in high grade.
I'm not happy that you don't. I think you should. I'd be happier if you did.
I'm going to show this one first because it has a similar date stamp to the one you just showed. And it's so weird because the way the one falls on there, it's between the actual drawing. So it looks like a pen mark, but it's not. This is the Phantom 39 from 19.
I can see exactly what you mean. That's a cool book. Charlton has a lot of fun stuff, cheap.
Yes. Now, this is why I know the Streaky story that we just outlined, because I just read it this week because it's in this book, which I just bought at the last show. This is 334 action. It is the first 80-page giant for Supergirl, and it was the one I've been looking for a long time, and this had a $47 price tag on it.
Wow, that's cheap. That is cheap. 47 Canadian?
Yes.
47
Oh,
Canadian.
wow.
Oh my God, you stole it.
Oh, but I didn't pay that. I didn't pay that. Let me get there. Okay.
No.
So what I like about it. Yes, I know it's a bunch of reprints, but that's how I knew the Streaky story, because in it had how did she meet Comet? There's that Comet story where she meets him in it, how she met Streaky and how Streaky got his powers. That's what I read it this week, so that's why I remember it. But yeah, it's a beautiful book, and this was the one book that I needed to make that run from 324. So
that's a beautiful book.
Very cool.
I paid $55 Canadian for that book total, like together as one thing, and this one.
Wow.
Superman 207, which is the 30th anniversary issue. Another 80-page giant.
Very cool.
This is when they were, it used to be that you would only get an 80-page giant when it was an annual.
Yeah.
But what they did in this era is that they would increase, it would continue the actual numbering of the title, which is what you've got there, but they would make it a 25-cent 80-page giant.
That's right. The first 14 80-page giants were actually 80-page giant number 1 to 14.
Correct.
And then they decided to put them as part of the regular ones, which brings me to the third giant I bought this past weekend. Giant Superboy. This is issue number 165.
Wow.
I did not pay $9 for this. I got it a little cheaper. Like, and it's not as in great shape as the other ones, but
this is not in the same era, because if you look at the spine, is that square bound or just a wrap?
This is 1969. It's just at the end of the Silver Age.
Is it square bound or just wrapped?
It is actually square bound.
Okay.
And the next two I also got at the show. This is Superboy 132. The hero who was braver than Superboy.
Imposterous.
Yes, I know. And then I got this one, which I've shown the other night on my live show, but it's so fun. I like it anyway. Lois Lane is a dictator. I bought this at that show. Lois Lane 75.
Hagen, what kind of rifle is Superman holding?
Looks like a Garand.
It is. Very good. You do know guns.
And
my dad's a cop, and I live in the South. I really don't have a choice.
Oh boy. And the last two I'm going to show, this one also has some one of those weird stamps on it. This is Falling in Love 48, and it's from the Mary G collection. She wrote her name up here.
Yes. I'm sorry. I kind of like when a kid writes their name on it. If it's not a $high book that breaks my heart, it tickles me.
I find it endearing.
And the last book, there's one guy on the panel that'll recognize this one. This is my first, basically my first non-Richie Rich Harvey Kids book. This is Little Dotland number 50.
See, this and the key about this is it's early Creature from the Black Lagoon cover.
Did you buy that from Alan?
He didn't buy it from me. I gave it to him.
Is she drawn on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's okay, because you know what? It's the friggin' Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And she's got him on a leash. I mean, come on.
Very cool.
Because Baby Shack, somebody put marker on her face, but that's not a big deal. Anytime you can get some of these old books, you jump at it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the ferret. Everybody should jump on the ferret before they get the check.
Your wall of ferret.
Okay, that's it for me.
And that's it for the show. So we're gonna wrap it up actually. I guess we'll all see each other next weekend. Next Friday. I'm not sure what we're gonna do 2 Fridays from now, but
Lyle's my live stream guest coming up this Tuesday.
Yeah, and
again?
Yes.
Exactly.
Again?
My popular demand.
I went on once, and then you deleted me. You never invited me back again. Hi, Steve. God, it was the best thing you ever did. God, I love it so much. Well, I deleted the whole thing. Do you want to come back again? No. Shall we do it again? No. Hi, this is Lyle's 15th appearance on my show.
Alan,
and Matt just needs 3 more subscribers. So anyone that's not subscribed to Matt,
what's your count,
go
Matt?
over there now.
378. And if we get to 381 today, I'm going to include a third prize of the entire Man of Steel series.
Very cool.
All 6 issues from 1986.
Come on, crew. Join up with Matt. You'll enjoy.
There's like 47 people watching at this point. So
yeah.
Wow.
Subscribe
Come
to
on,
Matt.
people. Go sign up for Matt. Put him over the
We've
top.
got
Matt likes
which will
comments.
give us
Matt,
3 problems.
how about you
Sorry,
put your
3
link in the description, into the chat quickly?
I didn't know
Okay,
there were
1
47
second.
people.
You have to be a
watching.
moderator in order to
Would have
do
worn
that.
better pants.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't put a
Alan,
link in
how long
unless
have you
got a
been
wrench.
doing this?
Okay, I can't do it.
Do you have any
Lau,
moderators? Do you have any
Lau,
moderators,
not
Alan?
even
No,
news
I
today.
don't
The
have any
strike's
moderators.
basically over.
What's that? What's that, Matt?
Loud say, how's Matt going to send those with Canada Post on strike?
No, they're
For
not
those
on strike
in
anymore.
They're not
Canada,
on
let
strike.
them
They've
know.
been forced back.
They're
The
forced
government
back
has
to
done
work on
nothing.
Monday.
They're going back to work.
Thank God. I'm waiting for some stuff.
We all
Me
are.
too.
I guess how
Yeah.
many passports are there waiting for people to get their
Adrift,
passports?
Adrift is asking
185,000.
Golden Age. I have covered some Golden Age. I don't have a lot of Golden Age books, but anything I get, I do show.
Well, maybe if you invited some. Okay, anyway, fair enough.
We'll talk later.
Hey, Alan, real quick.
Actually, I don't think I've ever done a Matt show either, by the way, Steve.
I've had you on 4 times.
What? Well, you've had me on, but not as a interview.
Well, you don't show anything. You just talk a lot.
Well, I have a few things.
Oh, boy.
Well, if that's the case, we'll talk. I was trying. The reason I wasn't trying to ask you, 2 of you, is because Stephen, you told me at one point you wanted to cut back a little, so I was respecting that.
I never said that. I don't know where you got that. You must have.
And
jumped.
Alan has not been feeling well for a while, so I wasn't going to pressure.
God, I'm
him.
so tired of that excuse. I could barf.
Listen,
Nate, do you want to blow this popsicle stand?
Yeah. So, hey, here in about 30 minutes, say 9:45, 9:50-ish, Hagen and I are going to grab some alcohol, and on my channel, we're going to stream ourselves playing that new Marvel video game.
Oh, wow.
I watch you with that fish one where you're sliding along on the ground with the fish trying to throw water balls and stuff.
That's
like
gonna
that.
be me. Yeah.
And you're going, and the whole time you're going, shit, 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 yeah, shit, yeah, shit. And
It's,
I'm going. He says, sorry, shit. I'm sorry.
Don't swear on my channel, please.
We're gonna go embarrass ourselves and pretend like we're video game streamers. But we've been having a blast.
The laughter alone will be worth the price of admission.
I think it will be. Yeah, we're gonna go play some Marvel Rivals. So here in about 30 minutes or so.
So check out either it's both channels will have it, right? It'll stream across
No,
both?
just mine. Just mine.
Okay, so go over to Holly and check that out.
Yeah, come on over. After you
Thank you,
subscribe to
Alan. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you,
very
chat.
much.
Thanks, guys. Bye
Yep.
bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.